town square, the people have a voice too.
I think it's awful. I don't think we need them. I think it's awful. I don't need them in town.
There was dudes hitting the back of my car with a pipe. It was fucking insane. And this one fucking guy, he was trying to pull on my door, and I was just telling my girlfriend a story the other day. I can still see his face to this day. All right, guys, crazy shits. You know, we're gonna get into some crazy shit today. First of all, really fast. Before my girlfriend died, just before she died, we went to, we used to get like shish kebab in New York City, which is beef on a stick. It's probably dead rat, but it was good rat. And I like it, and I still like it to this day. So we would go down right in Midtown. I had just done a big drug deal, and I used to drive a Yukon. And in the back of the Yukon, I had I must have had about 200 bottles of testosterone, but they came in bricks. They were Steroid. So they used to come in a big brick like this, and it would be 25, okay? Like that. And so I had about 200 of them, I would say, in the back, and I had them under like a blanket. And we were sitting there eating shish kebab, and we had just done meeting these guys, and all of a sudden we see this guy with a suit and tie on. We're now parked on 47th Street, right off 8th Avenue. For any of you people in New York, you want to know. All of a sudden we see this guy run around, and a woman with him with a gown, and we see two cops, and they come running around the corner. And they jump on top of the guy, they jump on top of the girl, they throw them both up against the wall, and they handcuff the girl, and the guy is up against the wall like this, right? And the cop is standing behind him, and the one cop's patting him down, and the other cop shot him. Now, the guy goes down, and when he goes down, I remember the girl screaming, "Vinny, don't die! Oh my God, you shot him! You motherfucker, you shot him!" She's in handcuffs. You fuckers! And he's on the ground. He's on the fucking ground. And next thing you know, shots fired. Fucking, my girlfriend, when we first saw them getting arrested, up against the wall, my girlfriend's like, "Get the fuck out of here, get the fuck, let's just go." But me, I'm a fucking momo. I don't know why, I want to watch that shit. So I watched it. So now cops are coming up the road, and now there's a crime scene. So now my fucking car is in a crime scene. So I have to get out of the car. The cops make me get out of the car. "What did you see?" I told them, "I see nothing, man. I'm not getting involved in that shit," you know what I'm saying? He had other people coming out, "I saw the cop shot him, the cop shot him." They got that cop out of there fast, Supposedly, I was talking to one of the cops later, I was going off by accident or whatever. Yeah, right. Was not. I saw him, he was standing there. But anyway, I'm gonna get involved in that. So now my car's in a crime scene. And I got all the steroids, bro, they're all in the fucking back. And the cops, all they had to do was look in, and they'd see this big fucking pile of shit under a tarp. Now, under a blanket. Thank God they didn't do that. Mike, there was actually rope around my fucking car. Thank God they didn't do that. But I remember my girlfriend and I, she was sitting there, we were sitting on a stoop right there, because we couldn't get the car until the crime scene was released. And my girlfriend was sitting there going, "Boy, you stupid bastard. I told you, supposing they fucking look in that car." Because I had guns in the car, I had a gun in the glove compartment, and I had fucking all the steroids in the back. So, anyway, she took the gun. When we got out, we finally let us go, but she took the gun out of the glove compartment, and, that was that. Fast forward a little bit, maybe a couple months later, she passes away. There's a bodybuilder, he was a very popular guy. I'm not gonna say names and everything, but this was his boy. And his boy, I was friends with his boy, and he hooked me up with these guys. And ironically, this guy's now a cop. All right, go figure that shit. He was a stupid fuck. He's a bodybuilder himself. He was best friends with a very famous bodybuilder. And he would walk around, sometimes I'd meet him and he'd walk around with bags of fucking clear bags, big clear bags. Not like this, but clear. And you could see like Gannaballs and fucking Anabolics and all that shit in there. He'd be walking right down the street with it like this. you know? Anyway, he hooks me up with these other guys. You know, these fucking guys come up and we're, you know, I'm talking, all of a sudden a guy pulls a gun on me. We're talking back and forth, but then he pulls a gun on me. And he's got his gun, he's got his boys in the car, and he's got his arm through the window. And he's telling me, give me all of the money right now. And he was robbing me. And all of a sudden, a fucking motorcycle goes by, a Ninja. Like this. And these fucking guys, bro, down in the city, I don't know what it is with those, you know, they love, you know, they don't like Harleys. They like those kind of fucking bike. Anyway, the bike goes by and he's standing there and he's looking like this. And he's watching the fucking car go by. So I fucking put my fucking foot right on the gas pedal and I take off. I'm speeding like a motherfucker trying to get away from them and I think I lost them. I get to a traffic light, there's a car in front of me, I get to a traffic light and all of a sudden I hear a ruckus, and a car pulls up right alongside me, and the fucking guys get out. And the guy's banging on my fucking window. I'll kill you! I'll kill you! You motherfucker! And I remember it was like, you remember when the riots were down in LA and you saw the guys ripping guys out of cars? It was like that, bro. There was dudes hitting the back of my car with a pipe. It was fucking insane. And this one fucking guy, he was trying to pull on my door, and hitting off my window. He ran around then to the other side, and he's screaming in Spanish where they're pounding on the other side. I rolled down my window. Jalissa, like I said, she took the gun out of my glove compartment, but I was reaching for that gun, and I realized, oh my God, she's dead, and it's not there, because I was used to her being there, and I was used to my gun being in there, but there was no gun, because I was going to fucking shoot him. He came running back around, and I couldn't get the window up fast enough, but I caught his arm. So I go like this, I turn the fucking wheel, I start driving with his arm in the window, and I'm hitting it like this. And I'm trying to drive, and he's screaming. And I'm driving in the oncoming traffic. Dude, let me tell you something. I've been on that road a gazillion times. There's prostitutes, there's everything walking around at night over there. You know what I'm saying? Usually there's cops driving around. You know what I mean? Dude, not a fucking cop in sight. Not when you need them, bro. I'm over there, so I'm driving down like a maniac. He goes flying off the car. I hear all this fucking noise and commotion, and the car now comes up. I can see in my rear view mirror that it picks him, you know, he jumps in their car, and they're chasing me. Finally, I get to Ford Road. I'm driving 100 miles. Dude, I went through every fucking light, and I just fucking drove, bro. I drove and I drove. I drove almost an hour up north. I didn't even want to go to my house. I was afraid that they were still following. Dude, I went there, and I was shitting my pants. But I made it, bro. I made it. I finally, you know, somewhere along the line, I lost him. But I was driving, and I thought for sure I was a dead man. I actually, when I saw that guy banging on my window and I reached for that gun, okay, I rolled down the window because I wasn't going to shoot my window out, okay, because he went to the other side anyway. I really had fear that I felt a wave run up my body. In fear, in utter fear. And you know what? You think I would have learned my lesson, but I didn't. And that's just another case of fucking Gregg with his fucking stupidity. How many times do I need to fucking have shit happen to me like that till I finally learn, stop doing that stuff. And that was another episode of my life. When I told this story, you know, in the studio, it was really hot and we were rushed. I mean, this is one of the last stories I told, and we were having a lot of problems and everything with the camera. But, you know, the craziest thing, and I don't know how I forgot to tell this part of the story, the very ending was, when I got home, there was a bullet hole in the back where the door frame of my two back doors in my Yukon. I was driving a Yukon. There was a bullet hole in my Yukon. And when the cops got my car, when they confiscated my car, they even asked me about that. Well, how'd you get the bullet hole in the back of your car? All right? After I got arrested, they confiscated the car. I don't know how I forgot about that part of the story, because when I tell the story, even in my book, that's like the culmination, because that shows you the danger that I was actually in. I don't know how, I don't remember when, or, I don't remember the shot, but they must have thrown a shot at the car when I was driving. I don't know if it's when they picked that guy up in the street. I'm not sure when it was. But I know that when I got home, there was a fucking bullet hole right in the frame of my Yukon. That just goes to show you how dangerous, the streets of New York City were back then. Well, I mean, they've always been dangerous. But how the fucking type of people that I had to deal with. I could have been killed that day. Thank God I wasn't. I should have learned my lesson, but I didn't.